So this video is for anyone that suffers with the idea or being able to publicly speak before a large amount of people. I don't believe that this is easy for anyone. I think the people that are good at it because they have repeatedly done it over and over and over again. Now, the reason why I believe to some degree that I'm pretty good at it is because I've done it over and over again. I remember when I was in college and I had to stand up before the class. And I remember, I can vividly remember stumbling over my words, looking down at the ground, sweating, and not knowing what to say. And I remember looking up every so often. And I remember some of my classmates were smiling, like laughing, trying to hold back their laughter. It was embarrassing. Okay, I was 18, 19 years old. I didn't know how to do it, but I kept doing it. And that's the answer: repetition. But it's not just repetition. The confidence comes from knowing what you're actually talking about. So that would be being prepared. Being prepared is the biggest feat when it comes to public speaking. Okay. I don't care how confident you are. If you don't know what you're saying or if you don't have any confidence in the subject matter, you're going to look stupid. Okay. So the first thing is to have a clear understanding and to memorize, what you're actually talking about, to become a professional. Because the thing you need to understand and know is that most people that are sitting amongst you, they don't know as much as you know about the topic you're addressing. Okay. And so that's a comfort to know, to study, to be prepared. That's to me, that's 90% of the battle. When I'm standing up there and I'm talking to people, my mind, it's weird how your mind is kind of focused on the subject matter, and I don't really even see the people. Okay, I do scan the crowd, and I do make a point to make eye contact, but I'm focused on what I'm saying. And it's amazing how that alleviates a lot of that anxiety of you standing before so many people. The most people I've probably spoke in front of was maybe 80 to 85 people. And that was when I worked for the Department of Veteran Affairs. And I used to hold these, I was the manager of the EEO committee, the Equal Employee Opportunity Committee. And I used to address the office, or at least the second floor of the office, once a month. And that would range from 60 to 80 people. And that gave me a lot of experience doing that for 3 years, literally like every month doing that. Right. And so my advice to anyone that has to public speak or is interested in doing it, you first have to have the courage to do it. Okay, that's the first step, to accept the invitation to speak before a group of people, to have the balls, they may say, to actually do it. Okay. And then you need to be prepared. You need to prepare yourself. Okay. If you have to speak 2 weeks from today, every day, you need to be focused on remembering. And another good thing is to remember as much as possible. You know, it's good to be able to look at notes, but it's so amazing. It's such an amazing feeling when you can actually step away from the pulpit or step away from your notes, and you can actually walk and kind of look the people in their face while you're speaking about the subject that you studied on, and you know it. And people know when you know what you're talking about. So be prepared. Okay. Do it and do it again and then do it again. And it's just like anything. I don't care what if right now I told you to pick up a new hobby, today you would be terrible at it. But if I checked in on you in 2 years, you'd be pretty good at it. So it's just like anything else, right? You do it and you do it and you do it. And every time you do it, and sometimes ask people that were sitting before you, where do you think I was weak at? What can I improve in? You know, it's a very wise person that can receive criticism. Prideful people are not good with criticism. And that's why prideful people really don't do well. They don't really grow much. Okay. And so ask questions about how you can improve your public speaking. What were some of your strong points? And just ask people to be honest in regards to how you presented yourself, and just do it over and over again. And I'm telling you, it will become easier. And I don't think public speaking is ever like, I'm sure there are people out there that it's just nothing to them, but there are always going to be nerves. I don't, it doesn't matter how long you've been doing it. There will be nerves, but as long as you are prepared and know your topic, you will be okay. So yeah, I hope that helps.